Here I am. Here I is. A little late. But now you don't have to wait. Because I'm here with you to break on through. I'm Jeffrey K. Clayton, the long-haired weirdo, the unimpeachable prisoner for life. How's everybody doing tonight? Good, I hope. I'll back this thing up some. You don't want to be right up in my head. Let me wait till the view is exactly the way I want it, and then I'll start another thrilling episode of Break On Through. Y'all, I got a hitch on my back I cannot reach. And it's driving me crazy. All right. Has everyone had a good weekend and a good week so far? I sure hope so. And I got so much stuff to tell y'all about tonight that I don't even know where to begin. And Brian Dunlap, I know you think I am avoiding you getting that stuff done we need to get done, but I'm not. I'm sure you might. Man, you know how it is. Life just gets crazy, and mine is no exception. Actually, I think mine might be the rule sometimes. But don't you worry. Me and Sir Barry Hannibal are going to take care of that. All right, let's see here. Welcome, everyone. Man, we had a great weekend in Youngstown, Ohio, and in Medford, New Jersey. I'm going to give you a little bit of details. Tell you a little behind the scenes stuff that went on. First of all, Wednesday of last week, we had one of the most bizarre, disastrous rehearsals I think I've ever been in. It was not, maybe it's not the one most disastrous I've ever been in, but it's the most strange and disastrous that I've been in a long time. So, you know, it was a work day. Me and Barry. Walt drove all the way up from Montgomery. And we all get there about the same time, and Malcolm walks in under the impression that his basses were there from the last trip at the rehearsal space. A rehearsal space which we have to leave, by the way. But, I mean, for good. Like, that was the last Antiseen rehearsal. You know, knowing that it was kind of makes sense that it turned out the way it did. But, man, let me tell you. You know, Malcolm's still in the process of unpacking. And he's under the impression that his basses are there. Man, his basses are not there. So we figure, oh, well, you know what you can do? Man, you just play along on guitar. You know, we're just doing it for muscle memory and space keeping. And you know, that's it. So it don't matter if it's on guitar. So Walt goes to unzip or uncase the guitar that is his spare, which is a Gibson SG. And man, the headstock is snapped right off of it. So, all right, so now Malcolm doesn't have a bass. Walt doesn't have a spare guitar. And we're sitting here ready to rehearse. You know, me and Barry been up since 4 a.m. So Malcolm finds out that there's a Guitar Center 15 minutes away from the rehearsal space. So he and Barry go there, and he buys a bass. That's what that post was about. With a bass with the price tag on it. It was a cheap bass too, like $140 something, but sounded good. It really sounded good. But so they come back from Guitar Center And they go, you know, we get into a few songs, and all of a sudden, Walt's amp just cuts out. So now, for those of you that are familiar with a twin reverb, it's got two separate channels, and Walt's partial to the second one. That's the one he always uses, and man, something happened, and that channel just would not work. He took out all the tubes, you know, checking everything, blah blah blah, and then he just says, I'm just have to use this other channel, you know, and so he uses it. It worked. But his preferred channel was fried. And man, at this point, I'm just like, man, are we going to play this hour-long set? Because I don't want to. I said, let's just go over the ones we kind of need to go over. Which ended up being about 7 or 8. Some of them we did, you know, maybe 3 times. But yeah, that was the getting ready for the show rehearsal. But so we're up and at them at 6 a.m. We're not. We're up at 4 a.m. We're at Barry's at 6 a.m. on the way to Youngstown. We go to Youngstown. We get us a couple of nice hotel rooms. We make our way over to the club, and there's Clayton Zilla live all the way from the great state of Kentucky with a box of dandelion jelly for each member of the entourage in hand. So thank you, Clayton Zilla, and most of all, thank you to Valzilla for the dandelion jelly. I have not been able to try mine yet, but I'm sure it's going to be everything that comes out of Kentucky from the Clayton Zilla plantation is A1, top-notch, 100% grade A American old-fashioned, made from scratch like Grandma used to make quality. So I'm not worried about it. I know it's going to be great. We're at Westside Bowl, and this time we got to play in the lower part, the smaller club, which I like much better. Man, it was fun playing on that big stage, but man, that's like, that place up there is kind of like the size of a small arena. But I like the smaller, intimate thing, and this was no exception. It was much better. I'm gonna tell you what, that guy that ran sound at Westside Bowl, boy, he knew his stuff. He had my vocals up so loud. I probably only missed about 12 or 13 cues, but really good. Man, we got to see a lot of good friends up there. Bill from the Pagans and the Guillotines was there with us, hanging out. Art Ettinger, whom I hadn't seen in person in a couple years, I guess, since he came to the People's Choice. Maybe that's right. I don't know. But so Youngstown, let's say we had a day off. What you gonna do with a day off? Well, we were supposed to play Cleveland, but the Cleveland show got messed up. So it's a 8-hour drive to Medford. So we drove as close to Medford. We drove 20 minutes from Medford in a town called Runnymede or something like that. And what did we do, man? We decided to go to a steakhouse. Had some fellowship, some red meat. It was a good time. And then, we went back to the hotel, and Barry had his Fire Stick and hooked it up to the big old TV in there, and we watched the WWE Hall of Fame presentation. And man, it was just really nice to not have to go somewhere for a day. It was taking it easy the next day. We didn't have to be at Studio 67 until 4 o'clock. Which, by the way, the show in Medford was put on by Amy Nicoletto of Order of the Sacred Crow Tattoo. And, man, that place was really cool. It was an art gallery. But, of course, we took a lot of the art down just in case, you know, things got a little rowdy in there. But the stage was great. Sound was great. The whole presentation of the place was amazing. And we had some friends come from Philly. Or my main Lon, Mike Althouse. Man, it was just, you know, and our guys that travel everywhere. James Cave, Herbert Gailey, Eric Rayno came all the way down from New Hampshire. Man, it was a knockdown, drag out rock and roll party street. We had a great time. And man, I'm gonna tell you what, there was a barbecue joint right next to the Studio 67, and Amy's ready to feed us, and we're just like, you know, man, we've been smelling that barbecue all day ever since we got here, and that's what we want. Man, they laid out a spread like it would choke a rhino. It didn't choke us. It was good. A wonderful time, man. We enjoyed getting out there, playing a little song, doing a little dance for you. And this was a long set. It was about an hour long. So everyone that came out this weekend had a good time. Whether you just had to walk across the street to get to the club to see, or whether you traveled, man, we appreciate it. We appreciate you. It's why we keep on keeping on. As long as there's still people that are willing to do that, we're willing to do that. Yeah, Eric Rayno came to both shows. So did Herbert. The first show was practically in his front yard, though, wasn't it? But yeah, man, a fantastic time had by all, and we appreciate it. And I don't know what's next. I'll tell you some things we got coming up. September 19th and 20th at Ground Zero in Spartanburg, South Carolina. A 2-night extravaganza. I'm talking about Rule Breakers Ball 2025. Listen to this lineup. This is in no particular order on no particular night. But listen to what you get when you come to this one. Rancid Bat, Before I Hang. Kiff, Self-Made Monsters. The Wrath of Typhon. Oh, man, I can't read them all. Josephus and the George Youngstown Massacre. Future Hate. Blue Ridge Death Cult. The Triumphant Return of Taped Fist. And everybody's favorite Rockin' Teenage Combo. Antiseen, along with our good buddy, Mr. George South. And you know, if George South's there, that means we're going to be playing the Ballad of George South, Bootleg Preacher, which also means the Destructo Divas will be there. It's going to be a show like you've never seen. And I know you think, well, damn, Jack Clayton, you say that every time y'all play. But tell me which time I've said that, and I haven't been right. You can't, because I always am. September 19th and 20th, man. Pretty soon we're going to have ticket links. We'll tell you who's playing which night. We'll tell you about the hotel everyone's staying at. And we are going to have a funky, good time. Oh, I want to tell y'all something. Walt Wheat changed his pick guard on his guitar, the orange Telecaster that he's had since he joined the band. Well, he finally changed the pick guard. He put a pick guard on his guitar that he cut out. It's black against that orange. It looks great. And he's raffling it off. He couldn't think of, well, what can I, what kind of price can I put on it individually, singularly by itself? I'll just do a raffle. He did such a good thing with the raffle for Barry's kick drum. I don't remember which show that was. Which show kick drum that was. Maybe the 40th anniversary. I don't know. But, man, the last time I checked, there was only about 5 or 6 spots left out of, how many spots did you have, Walt? 20? But a winner will be drawn right here next week, live on Break On Through with the assistance of my little grandson. I call him Little Coleman, but he ain't very little anymore, man. He's getting bigger and bigger, so I'm still going to call him Little Coleman, going his grandpa, and I can do that. Little Coleman will pull 2 winners out of the hat. There will be a second prize winner and the grand prize winner. Now, Walt, I got a question for you. Do you allow the second prize winner and the grand prize winner to be the same person? I mean, oh, he says it's filled now. It's done. I'm sitting here talking about something you can't even participate in no more. It's taken care of. So tell me, I mean, Walt, I didn't even get out my famous catchphrase. Man, you got to tell me something. Tell me something right here. But yeah. No, I'm not talking about Coleman. I'm talking about, do you allow the second prize winner and the grand prize winner to be the same person? I guess if you buy enough spots and you win both things, that's a go, right? I mean, you got to tell me something. But also, I didn't know if you noticed that brand new t-shirt design is up for pre-sale from now until April 30th, which it will be taken off, and I'll order the sizes I need. Done by Russian artist Max P. Now, it looks pretty good, I think. Of course, I think, because it's me. But don't sleep on that one. It's the 30th. The 30th is the cutoff date. Walt says second prize winner is not first prize eligible. Like, even if the guy buys 10 spaces, if he gets picked for second prize, he's out of first prize. Is that correct? Let me know. Anyway. So we got the pickguard raffle that you can no longer be a part of because it closed up. And we got the new Antiseen design on a t-shirt, man. I gotta say, man, this broadcast, man, we're telling you about, raffle, new shirt. And I know, man, I've been hitting y'all over the head, maybe not as much right now, about helping out the people of Western North Carolina. And a lot of you have come through, and man, I really appreciate it. And we're not going to stop talking about the people of Western North Carolina. But I've had to take a break for the last couple broadcasts. And Clinton, if you would please put up the link to Encounter Today where you can donate to the people of Western North Carolina. Man, I'm telling you, you might say, well, I ain't got $500 yet. Man, $5. $5 helps. You don't think it does, but man, you get 100 people giving you $5, all of a sudden you got $500 in your hand. So don't think any amount is too small. But now I've got to bring up something that hits a little closer to home. And you may have seen me post it on my personal page. It is a GoFundMe for a family in our church called the Gentrys. Michelle Gentry, man, she's got a lot of things happening. Just the other day, she had 2 major surgeries where they're taking out parts of her colon. She had a stroke. And she lost the baby. Man, you talk about people having a bad week now. You think about this family, man. And he's an independent business owner, you know. He don't have a big corporation to, give him his PTO and his family emergency leave or anything like that, So they're, you're talking about a young guy taking care of 2 young kids at home by himself now with all this other stress and all that other going on at the hospital with Michelle. So, man, if y'all could please make a donation to them, man. I know people get fed up with people saying, oh, man, GoFundMe. But, I mean, man, I'm telling you, I wouldn't even bring it up or say anything to anyone about it if I didn't get behind it, 110%. And I put my money where my mouth is. I donated the other day. Something comes through, I'll donate again, man. And I know y'all don't know these people. That's fine. But maybe you'll just take my word for it that they're really good, down-to-earth people. And, man, they're just getting clobbered right now. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 50, 100, 150. But, that in 2 weeks, you're not going to, where'd that go? But it could mean the world to them right now. So if you could please donate to them like GoFundMe. Clinton, you think you could go to my page and get that GoFundMe link and put it in the feed here? Because, I mean, I'll tell you right now, they thank you. I thank you. And Clinton hit the nail around here. You don't need to know, folks, to take care and have a heart. Now, this is something a little more than, my knee hurts, a twist of my foot. This is bad. So, all right. Let's get back up into an up frame of mind. I hope you feel up by giving and donating and helping some folks out. But this coming Saturday, man, something that we have been looking forward to for quite some time now. The live debut of Clayton and Wensil. at Kingdom Corner in beautiful Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. We go on at 12 noon. And man, from what I see, is going to happen now. We thought we were going to be playing inside the store, but there is a deck connected to the building in the back that's completely covered, has electricity, and we're thinking we'll do it out there. So I mean, rain or shine. I mean, of course we do it in the store, rain or shine, but the store would have been. It was going to be tight, and I'm not saying we're 100% sure that the outside thing is going to be let's just say we're like 90% sure right now. Me and Jeff Williams and Steve Wensil are going to be there Friday evening, checking it all out, doing a few tests, seeing what the setup looks like, and the next day, man, come on out. Here's some good old country music with our 7-piece band. Malcolm Tent on guitar. Jeff Williams on bass. Christy Hancock. Susan and Brooke Sherrill on background vocals. Steve Wensil on lead guitar and vocals. It is going to be a sight to behold. And man, not only do I hope you come out and support our debut and have a good time, I hope you get a little something else from it as well. And I think you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, man, I hope you get touched by the Holy Spirit. I hope you get some Holy Spirit in you. Rain or shine, 12 noon, Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, Kingdom Corner. And man, after that's done, believe me, you can kill an entire afternoon just looking around in Kingdom Corner. And if y'all want to, I'll give you directions, and y'all can go with me to Encounter Charlotte for Saturday night service. What do you think? You hear my voice is a little rough, man. Ever since we got back, my sleep, I have not caught up on any good sleep. I need to make sure Friday night I get home in time to hit that hay. So basically tonight was just a, hold on. Excuse me. Tonight was just a recap of the weekend trip. I hope y'all enjoyed hearing about it, especially those who could not attend. I really don't have much to go over, and I just really do thank you all for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. I always do. I always appreciate it. Man, I'll just keep doing this till I do a show one day and no one shows up. No one comes, listens. No one hits a heart. No one hits a like. I'll just go, well, it's probably time to stop breaking on through. But, man, any of y'all that can make it out there Saturday, we would love to have you. But, I would ask Clinton to put the video that he made advertising, but I don't think you can do that while we're live. I don't think you can. I feel like I'm forgetting something I intended to tell you. Oh, I know what it was. You remember last week I did movies or bands or like erase. Songs or bands that I discovered from films. Mondo brought up one that it should have been a no-brainer for me, but it's been part of my life since the 70s, I just didn't even think about it. And that is Rolls Royce from the Car Wash movie. One of my favorite movies, probably in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. But yeah, they did the theme, Car Wash. I Want to Get Next to You. And that's the first time I ever heard Rolls Royce was from that movie. Now, the Pointer Sisters, I knew who they were. But, so yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. Man, I'm just looking at myself here on the screen. Man, I look tired. And but y'all going, dang, it looked like he broke through without even trying to test the doorknob or anything. Oh boy. But don't you worry. I'm gonna be good to go Saturday. And listen, next week we'll do the drawing. Hey, Walt, do you want to wait a week, or you just want me to do a emergency live break on through sometime between now and then? Because we ain't selling no more spots. You want to add some more spots? I mean, that went quick. Let me know. Let me know. I mean, in other words, Walt, you got to tell me something. But y'all have a great week. Have an even better weekend. I love you. God loves you, and we'll see you right here next week on the award-winning show that everybody's talking about, at least at this table. Break on through. Thank you, everybody, and good night.